What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be looking at the C8 here and kind of explaining to what happened in the last month now that we have it back in the garage. And yeah, just kind of a little update. So you'll see back on the channel last month we were having some transmission issues with the car. And basically what would happen is it would give me some really rough shifts when I was driving around town. And then eventually it would just put itself into neutral and I couldn't get it into park, reverse, drive, anything. And I had absolutely zero power. So it basically left me stranded on the side of the road. And that's where I was like, all right, I need to get this checked out. Check engine light popped on and I immediately put it into service at the dealership. And so before going into that whole process, I did make a video about the codes that we were seeing on the car. The two codes that we had last time were the P0700 and P2856. And going into the dealership, the only thing I knew was that both of these codes were related to the transmission. So now that it's been about a month and some back and forth with not only the dealership, but corporate GM, we're fixed. It's back in the garage and it's working as it should. So let me kind of walk you through what happened. I was overall pretty happy with the dealership experience. I was getting updates through my technician every few days, or probably at least every week for the month that they had the car. And these updates were primarily the technician kind of just telling me what updates he was getting from his mechanic and the updates that they were both getting from corporate GM regarding this issue. And so essentially what happened was they were trying to chase down those two codes that we had previously talked about, and nothing was really happening, right? Like everything they tried, it would still put the car into basically limp mode, in neutral, without any power to the car whatsoever. And so the next step was that the technician was going to go ahead and pull the historic codes from the car. And just, I guess, my luck was that the historic codes on the car matched a new service bulletin that was released by GM. And the service bulletin, basically a recall in this case, and I'll link that down below so you guys can read the full service bulletin. It's only like a page and a half. Essentially says that if any of these codes are found with this symptom, such as it, going into limp mode, go ahead and replace the transmission completely under warranty, and don't drain any of the fluids that are in the transmission. Send that entire unit back to corporate. I'm sure those engineers want to take a look at it. And so that's what they did. After a pretty easy approval process, we got a brand new transmission ordered and then installed in the car. And yeah, that was the first problem. So after they replaced the transmission, they did a smart learn because it is a brand new part going into existing engine and other components. And then they went ahead and tried to do an alignment where they found that one of my rear control arms was broken. And so they went ahead and replaced that, also under warranty, which was fantastic. But that was the entire repair process. The transmission, along with the smart learn, and a brand new control arm for my rear on the car. And I think that was pretty much the entire repair process and all of the parts involved. One of the things that I've continuously thought about throughout this whole process is the fact that, when I bought this car brand new in 2023, I was really pumped, to have an all original car, and, the possibility of looking at it 20, 30, 40, 50 years later and still having an original car. Of course, now with a new transmission, that part number is no longer matching the rest of the part numbers. That's a first world problem. It's something that I have put some thought into, but overall, I'm just extremely grateful to have the car back and to have it working as expected. If it really bothers me, to have a numbers matching car, I'm sure I could, make something happen in terms of swapping this out for something else. But yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with the experience I had at the dealership. It definitely sucks, that I had to be without the car for 30 days, but I'm grateful that it's back and that I can continue making content here for you guys. The next couple upgrades that I have planned on the car are going to be the wheels and the exhaust. Both of those I think are going to add a lot of character in terms of what I'm able to kind of modify on the car and still kind of keep it mine. And if anyone watching here has heard about these issues, has had these issues themselves, or really anything, drop a comment down below. I'm really curious to see how many cars this actually affects and just kind of what your experience might have been in getting it fixed. And also, you know, what color wheels and what kind of exhaust would you recommend for the C8. Until next time, peace.